For months now, there has been a lot of speculation surrounding Lewis Hamilton's future under Mercedes, and the 2022 season only intensifies those speculations after the Briton came in 6th in the championship, his lowest Formula 1 finish ever. Yeah, you won't want to remember this anytime soon. Well, his subpar 2022 season means the 37-year-old has to begin re-evaluating his future. If, like the rest of the internet, you're wondering, is this the last year we'll see Hamilton in Formula 1? Are Mercedes even interested in renewing his contract after the poor performance of last season? And stick around to the end of this video because luckily we have all the answers for you. Let's get stuck in. Similar to Hamilton's 2021 season, the 7-time world champion was yet again unable to challenge for an 8th F1 championship as Mercedes just couldn't meet up with the pace. Red Bull's Max Verstappen was then crowned world champion for a second year running. Much to Mercedes' dismay, as you can imagine. Hamilton's 2-year woes, however, shouldn't make us forget just how much of a legend the Briton actually is. With 7 F1 titles under his belt, this 37-year-old is level with German former driver Michael Schumacher for most ever in Formula 1 history. During the off-season, various F1 teams remodelled their cars in a wake of a variety of regulation changes. However, Mercedes weren't able to come up with a vehicle capable of competing at the highest level. This pretty much explains why the 7-time world champion was so off the pace last season, even though he managed a podium finish in Bahrain in the opening race, but that has been all. In the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix back in March, he came in 10th, and at the Imola Grand Prix in Italy, Hamilton's Mercedes car was yet another misfire as he hit a new low when he came in 13th. In fact, in the 2022 season, Hamilton failed to win a single race for the first time in his career while finishing 6th in the driver's standings, his lowest ever. With these recent struggles, it would make sense if the Briton considered not signing a new contract with Mercedes, and while everyone was counting on him moving on from Mercedes at the end of the contract, a recent update from Mercedes chief Toto Wolff tells us otherwise. Hamilton, who becomes 38 in January, has spent over a decade with the Silver Arrow. His last contract extension came back in July 2021, and the deal saw the 7-time champion remain with Mercedes until the end of the 2023 campaign. It also meant that the Briton would continue in Formula 1 until at least 38, with 2023 being his 17th season. He really has been here for quite some time, and we all tend to forget that. Since Lewis Hamilton made his controversial decision to join Mercedes after leaving McLaren back in 2013, the driver and team have embarked on one really outstanding record-breaking charge that literally no one saw coming. You might not know this, but Hamilton and Mercedes is F1's most successful driver-team combo ever. That says a lot. While taking full advantage of the package that dominated immediately after the hybrid era began back in 2014, Hamilton added to his 2008 world title, winning the championship in a record-breaking 6 of the next 7 seasons. Nico Rosberg's shocking 2016 triumph was the Englishman's only slip-up during that time. Of Hamilton's record-breaking 103 Formula 1 wins, he got 82 of those victories under Mercedes. That should give everyone a clearer picture of how successful the driver-team combo is. So while there would be obvious talks about changing teams, and even rumours about an earlier retirement for the Briton, Lewis Hamilton extending his stay at Mercedes is Formula 1's biggest no-brainer, regardless of what's happened recently. There's just too much history between both parties for Hamilton to think of anything but a contract extension, as confirmed by Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff. Now, there's everything we know about Hamilton's possible contract extension. From the looks of things, Lewis Hamilton is set for fresh talks over his contract with Mercedes as the 37-year-old enters his penultimate year during his current deal. The world first got wind of Hamilton's possible contract extension when Wolff highlighted this, issuing an update. In an appearance on Beyond the Grid, the Austrian made it clear that although there's a pretty long list of what needs to be done, Hamilton's contract is a major topic that we'll have to tackle over the winter. he also stated that there's not a firm deadline in place yet. This isn't the only time Wolff has opened up about extending Hamilton's contract. During the Singapore Grand Prix in October, Wolff even went as far as revealing a private chat between him and the Englishman, where he indicated his long-term intentions. According to Wolff, the 7-time champion told him he had at least 5 more years left ahead of him. The Austrian even continued to give 2 examples of legendary sportsmen who have been smashing longevity records to argue that this 37-year-old can do in the next coming seasons, with one of them being NFL quarterback Tom Brady and the other being 2-time F1 champion Fernando Alonso. Even Hamilton revealed ahead of his Mexican Grand Prix back in October that he had his sights set on a multi-year deal with Mercedes that could keep him racing well into his 40s. Even recently, in an interview with Sports Build, Hamilton revealed he has not had contract extension talks yet with Mercedes, saying that they just haven't had the time to do that. Well, it's clear that Hamilton also has his sights set on breaking a certain F1 world title record. This also means that Hamilton has no plan of retiring anytime soon, but the Briton has also opened up about his retirement plans recently. Although this past season was one to forget for Hamilton, which might have indicated that the 7-time champion's best days might just be behind him, he has revealed that his dream is to retire as a Formula 1 world champion. While talking to Sports Build, the 37-year-old also revealed that Formula 1 is no longer his number one priority in life, revealing that ever since he turned 30, he has realised that it's all about making key memories with his family and friends. However, he made it clear that his dream is retiring as a world champion, so I think we should all throw those retirement speculations out the window now. We can't deny that Red Bull's Max Verstappen is having an outstanding run, and everyone is probably wondering how Hamilton will fare against the 2-time F1 champion. Well, Mercedes will be looking to capitalise on Red Bull's budget cap issue, where the Milton Keynes outfit has been fined over £6 million for spending over their yearly limit. However, this isn't even the penalty that will hurt Verstappen the most. Ahead of the 2023 campaign, they will also suffer a 10% reduction in wind tunnel preparation time. This might actually prove to be more damaging punishment. Between these setbacks for Verstappen and a potential contract extension for Hamilton, 2023 might just be the year the Silver Arrows get their gold back. Even Hamilton is feeling good about the new season. In a recent interview, the Englishman said that the 2022 season wasn't a disappointment for him. He stated that everyone was thrilled about the finish because they all fought for it. The 7-time champion also revealed that regardless of the 6th place finish in Formula 1, the end of the season was quite encouraging, stating that the last races showed a positive trend. Well, he seems pretty hopeful about the chances next year, and he isn't the only one. 1997 Formula 1 world champion Jacques Villeneuve actually believes that the best version of the Briton will be taking on a major challenge with Mercedes in 2023. According to the Canadian, ending the season without a victory and a pole position will bring out the best in him. He also pointed out that Mercedes was able to improve, and all this will really impact the season. Age shouldn't be a barrier for Hamilton, who would be looking to launch a formidable challenge in 2023 if Mercedes can get it right with the all-new W13 car. The headway they made towards the end of the season suggests that Hamilton and the Silver Arrows could be right back on track in March at the Bahrain Grand Prix, obviously depending on the progress Ferrari and Red Bull can make by then. From Mercedes' point of view, however, they still have 24-year-old George Russell, who's slowly climbing to the top. Mercedes' most recent winner finished 35 points ahead of Hamilton in 2022. The fight for internal supremacy will also be another intriguing aspect for next season. So, what do you think about Lewis Hamilton's future under Mercedes? What do you think next season F1 has in store for us? If you enjoyed watching this video, click on the screen to watch more content like this, and please subscribe.